Chrissy, thank you. 14 million 23andMe customers' data, user data, has been stolen. What does that now mean for the victims?
Listen, I have no idea. We hear about this so much. This is why we have Nicholas Behar here. He is adjunct professor of cybersecurity at the University of San Diego. Nicholas, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Listen, we hear so much about these breaches in security and all your information is out there. We don't know what happens. What does it mean when you hear that 7 million, 8 million people, all their information has been hacked? What is it? How worried should they be?
Sure. So in this case, what happened is a set of attackers were able to get a hold of old usernames and passwords that were being used by 23andMe users, and then they attempted to gain access to those accounts using those old usernames and passwords. They were able to get access to those accounts, and then once they logged into the accounts, they were able to get access to all the information that was on their profile.
How? I mean,
So once they're logged in with the old usernames and passwords, which were used on other websites. So this is why it's important that you don't use the same password on every website. So what happened is a previous website got breached and they were using the same username and password for that website as they were for 23andMe.
Okay. Well, let's go to 23andMe. For anybody that doesn't know what 23andMe does.
So 23andMe is a genetics company,
Right.
So you take your DNA and you send it into them and then they tell you who you're
Why
related to.
would hackers want information about your DNA? Like, what are they looking for? If they gain access to that account, are they looking for money? Are they looking for information? What is it exactly they're after?
So most of the time what will happen is they're going to go in and try to ransom that information, and then they're going to try to get money from the company in order for the group not to release it, and then they'll come back and they'll extort them again a second time so they won't actually leak the information. We don't know if this was or wasn't a ransomware attack, but another thing that they could do is they could use the information that they've gathered from the profiles in order to get access to different accounts or open, for example, a credit card under that person's name.
so it's not necessarily about the type of business that gets hacked, right? It's all these businesses require the same kind of basic customer information, your name, the credit card information, sometimes your social security number is going to be in there as well. What do they do with that? I know you kind of touched on it, but what do they do and how can we tell? We're just used to, oh, your credit card company, oh, somebody tried to buy something in Florida or whatever. But it goes deeper than that, doesn't it, in terms of what they use?
Yeah, so these records that are leaked can actually get sold from, somewhere from $1 to $10 a piece. And then, as I mentioned, they can take the information that they gathered and try to access other websites and get information out of there to do things like open financial accounts or try to trick other folks that you know into giving that person money.
You just mentioned this use of passwords, and it could be partly to blame because you said people are using, the same passwords. But, in all fairness, and I think a lot of people may be watching agree, it's like keeping track of all these passwords nowadays. It's like stand on your nose, spin around, and you end up forgetting all of your passwords. So many online institutions now that need a password, and it creates chaos on the back end for consumers as well.
Yeah, so that's a great point, and there's such a thing called a password manager. And so what that allows folks to do is that allows them to have one master password, and then they'll have a vault. And inside of that vault, they can have randomly generated passwords. So for example, you can make your bank password 50 randomly generated characters, which includes uppercase, lowercase numbers, and special characters. So that allows you to have a different password for each website. So in case one site gets hacked, the attackers can't take that set of credentials and log into a different site.
But what about that one password that accesses the vault?
So that password has to remain secret, and it's usually a good idea not to make it a password. You would want to make it a passphrase. So instead of a password being Fox5, you could say the passphrase would be Fox5 is the best local news station.
Oh, I like that. That's a great
That is
one.
accurate. Whenever they have the self-generated, really complicated looking ones, I always don't use that, and I create my own, because in addition to think I'm going to forget a password here and there, it's like, what happens if the website crashes or this happens and you can't log in, and whatever things they give you to access, it doesn't work. So, because that's my fear. It's like, oh, it's not going to work. It's going to forget it. It's like, well, it's nowhere.
So what'll happen when you use a password manager, and there's actually two different kinds of password managers. There's a cloud-based password manager, which will store your stuff in an encrypted vault in the cloud, but it'll also store it in your browser.
Oh,
and
boy.
that's the most commonly used type. But there's also a local password manager, which will store everything in a little file on your system. But now the risk becomes, if you lose, exactly like you're saying, if you lose that file,
Right.
then you're going to lose all your passwords. So people opt to store them in the cloud through services like Google. Google Chrome has a built-in password manager, so do the other browsers. Or you can use one of the dedicated password managers that are out there to manage your passwords.
I'm overwhelmed now. Like,
What
all
if I
these
write
questions,
all my
now I'm
passwords
overwhelmed.
on a piece of paper and put it under my mattress? Would that help also?
As long as nobody can get access to under your mattress.
I mean, it's a
Yeah,
fascinating.
but then they get access to the company who ends up having
It's
it. And
fascinating.
So
then
that has actually happened in
my
the
God.
past. So
Yeah.
we've seen a few password management companies that
See?
have been breached.
Listen.
So it's all about trade-offs, right?
Before we what is credential stuffing? Did we
Sure.
talk? What is that?
So credential stuffing is how this this happened. So what's going to happen when a credential stuffing attack is carried out is that there's going to be a pre-populated list of usernames and passwords that have usually been gathered from other hacked sites, and they'll go ahead and try to log in an automated fashion using those usernames and passwords, and that's what happened here.
my list of things to
Who
do.
are these
I gotta
people?
figure this out now.
Who
So,
are these people? I
A
wanna
lot
know
of
who
the
these
times, so a lot of the times, they're criminal groups originating out of Eastern Europe, and now we're seeing more that happen more in Latin America. But a lot of the times, they're coming out of Eastern Europe, and one of the reasons they can continue to operate is because some of the governments over there are turn a blind eye to this type of stuff, as long as they're moonlighting for the intelligence service, or as long as they're working for the intelligence services during the day and moonlighting as hackers after hours.
You got your work cut out for you, don't you?
Yeah, I don't
With
know.
cybersecurity. Nicholas, thank you with cybersecurity at University of San Diego. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Like